Okay, this is just another quick read for whoever and whenever you find it. So this is not specific to any one sign, but if you find this reading, this is just to let you know that meditation is going to bring your answers. You do have a level of abundance up ahead for you, and everything is up to you. So you do have the ability to tap into a resource that is going to be creating some incredible amount of money for you. But again, it's up to you. You have to calm the mind, you bring yourself down into an alpha state, and then that's when you can manifest. Believe that you already have it. If you're asking for it, it means you are coming from a place of lack. When you have the ability to focus on it and say, I'm already there, I've reached this level of abundance, I'm asking for more abundance, something along that line, bring more and more abundance to me. That kind of question and answer sort of thing is how you can draw that to you, how you manifest it. There is something better. So if you're not feeling like you are in a space where things are going to improve, know that there is going to be something better. You just need to trust the process. There is no need to worry. There is no need to worry. Everything is working out just as it needs to. Sorry. And so, just in quickly kind of recapping here, the card of meditation brings answers again, is bringing things into that space of looking for signs and synchronicities, being in a place where you are calm enough to receive messages from the subconscious. Don't let your head and get into this, or the heart get into it. It's more about just letting things come up from inside to find your solutions, that kind of thing. So meditation, spiritual work, all of that. It's not really a part of the waking mind. It's knowing how to bring yourself down into a place of super calm, put on the right music, that kind of thing, and a quiet space, be out in nature, whatever it is that grounds you to help you to move into the space. The card of abundance is that it's actually on its way to you. There are some plans here that are going to yield a lot of prosperity and security in your future, but it's up to you. You still have to take the actions. Spirit is there to provide the guidance, to show you the direction and the things that you need to do, and it's up to you to implement the actions. So again, it's about staying in flow, but knowing when to pull back and reflect so that you can receive the next answers for the next step to find that treasure. And again, it's up to you. So again, it's really just up to you. You have to put some time, effort, energy into you to enable to be able to restore the balance or bring in abundance or whatever it is that you're looking for here. Don't rush in. It is a card of telling you don't wait. It's more about taking charge of your energy so that you can create a successful conclusion. It's not just putting in energy out there into the world where you're keeping busy, staying busy just to be busy. It's really about having an actual outcome and breaking it down into a plan so that you can actually achieve it. So for example, if you need to do a car repair. Okay, that's not the most exciting here, and that's certainly not going to be something that you're all relating to, but if there's a car repair you need to do, figure out a plan, figure out how much more extra money that you would need and able to create that, what would be the date that it would actually be finished by. Like, it's creating the necessary steps, breaking it down. I mean, sometimes it's just a little more unrealistic to wait for the big chunk of money to come through and save the day. So it's really up to you to make the plans, and actually be proactive and in solving your own problems. That's how you empower yourself. But again, it's also, having trying to look for the word here, guys. Sorry, I'm a little tired today, but it's also about having a plan to move something by way of deadline. There we go. Looking for something that has an actual deadline, because if you're reading for the sake of reading, that's just enjoyment. But when you're reading to absorb or to get something, you ask yourself the questions from that first little page. What are the things that I need from this chapter? What was the conclusions I arrived at? Like, whatever it is for you. I'm just kind of giving a rough synopsis or general idea, but again, there's something better here that is coming through for you. So it may not be quite the thing that you planned for in the way that you expected it, but it is going to still move you in the direction of making you happier and fulfilled. So you just have to keep your mind open to the possibility that you deserve more, and that there's something new and exciting in this new direction that you may not yet fully understand. You just have to trust the process. So there is going to be some tweaks and turns up ahead here for you. but it definitely is a journey that you can trust and stay and have some faith in. I'm also going to throw in, this is because it's really like, as the cards depict, it's about like opening up a gift, and it's part of the magic that we find in our lives. But there was something that I also listened to, and it was a near-death experience actually that somebody was talking about. I'll just give you the real recap, so it's a faster read here, but it was along the lines of a fellow had gone into a situation where he had passed over, crossed over, and he was told in that dream state, not to do a surgery because it was, it was a car accident or something along that line, not to do a surgery, and he didn't want to tell anybody else that that he was in, like the doctors or his family, that he had crossed over and saw this light and spoke to a person and had this conversation. So he basically had to you know just trust the process and have the faith. And so when he came out of the situation, his wife and the doctors, everybody was really against the situation because it was the only thing that he was allowed to entertain. They basically chastised him for not going ahead with the surgery. And I'm not saying everybody should be in this position, but when you start to get signs and synchronicities, and those kind of apply to things like 1111 repeatedly, 555, 666, whatever it is, 444, everybody's 1010, that kind of thing. When you start to see synchronicities, it seems like nothing happens in the interim that immediately happens right after. But you have to remember, it means you're trusting the process because something is going to culminate over the end of it. The more synchronicities that you see, the closer they are together, the 1010, the 1111, the faster that those start to come in, the closer you are to the journey, the end of that goal. So just to be aware that even with that fellow that had crossed over, spoken to to the other side, and they talked about what an embracing sort of energy it was, but that it wasn't his time. He was there. They showed him things where his life was about to get better, and he needed to reconsider going back because he had so much more that was going to open up to him. And so he did trust the process. The doctors did indicate that they, were really disappointed that he wasn't going ahead. And so they basically said, well, if you don't want to walk again, that's your choice. And so he did trust the process because of this synchronicity, this conversation. I'm not saying, just synchronicities alone. I myself believe that I need to see a fair amount of something before I really, really believe that it's moving in that direction. And what ended up happening was, at the 4-month period, nothing happened. He's still in the wheelchair. The 5-month period, nothing happened. Still in the wheelchair. By the 6th month, he actually started to feel sensations, and then shy of that, he actually did have not just the sensations, but felt that need to walk. And so the nurses and the doctors were like, no, you can't walk. He did finally get up, and he did actually walk, and everything was restored. So there is hope in listening to some of that stuff. My feeling is we are little warriors down here on this earth. We are, a lot of the things that come through from those near-death experiences as well talk about, we all come down with spirit guides, our family, our friends, and those that are close to us are always there looking out for us. But we also have our own little council. So there's a council of people that sort of organize strategically how we can level up, how we can get ourselves to learn a particular lesson, and really it's our job to try to enjoy the lesson. So most times we find ourselves stuck when it's an obstacle, and it hurts us to the point where we do become stagnant. But it's a reminder, you don't need to worry, because there are a lot of it. You have to take action. You can't be passive. We are here as courageous warriors to achieve something, and again, it's our own journey. We have a blueprint, and it's up to you to sort of remember who you are, that kind of thing. But the point is there's no need to worry, because your worries and your concerns are things that are manifesting for you in the real world, but you are just obsessing over that. So that fear and worry just slows down your power to manifest. So it's really about, every time you think about making a big move in your life, think about, possible outcomes and scenarios and how you would overcome those obstacles. And then you kind of keep your thoughts in check. And so then you don't just sit around waiting for something to change it. You always have to take an active stance in your own life. Anyway, that's what I have for you, for whoever this resonates for. Again, just trust the process. You are on an abundant path. You just have to, it's up to you to make those decisions and realize that there is something better that may have to be tweaked. So your original plan isn't going to maybe come out as you expected, but trust the process, because it's all going to turn out in your favor and end up with the same result that you were trying to achieve with that first plan that you had. That's what I have for you. Keep moving forward, guys. Never give up.